All right, we are back with the semifinal game for this Prime 14U tournament, live from Del City. We're going to go over the defensive starting lineups here momentarily as I enter in the lineup for Oklahoma Drive in this contest. It looks exactly the same.
No, Natalie and Piper got moved up above Bella.
Okay.
And then
Okay. My bad. Leading off is Peyton Johnson. Brecken Franks bats second. Bella Lanya bats third. Tessa Claudio bats fourth. Jordan Barfield bats fifth. Piper Poff bats sixth. Natalie Silva bats seventh. Bella K. Johnston bats eighth. Devin McDaniel bats ninth. Mia Wardwell bats 10th. And Elena Krzyzewski bats 11th. Sideline's acting a little bit wonky right now, so I'm taking a moment to get everything in. We'll get going here momentarily. We're going to build a lineup with you. Into circle pitching, Bella Lanya. Behind the plate catching, Mia Wardwell. Tessa Claudio at first, Jordan Barfield at second, Natalie Silva at shortstop, Bella K. Johnston at third, Brecken Franks in left field, Peyton Johnson in center field, and Elena Krzyzewski in right field. That is the defensive alignment for Oklahoma Drive in this contest against Oklahoma Nightmarez. Thanks for joining us here midday on Championship Sunday. Oklahoma Drive looking to get a championship here in Prime 14U tournament, and then all attention turns tonight to Paycom Center, where Oklahoma City is playing for an NBA World Championship. Everybody's ready, so let's sit back, relax, and for the next 60 plus minutes, enjoy this segment of the Oklahoma Drive. It's time to drive. Here we go. First pitch from Bella Lanya. Down low for a ball, and we're underway in the top of the first inning. Next offering from Bella. Low and in. 2-0. True pitch coming. Low 3-0. That's considered ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to start the game for Oklahoma Nightmarez. And Drive hoping not to fall into the trap that Oklahoma Drive 2K11 fell into earlier against this Nightmarez team, giving a team that's generally not performing at the level that Oklahoma Drive plays at a chance. There's a strike down the middle for a strike. Pitch down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Runner at first. Next offering just outside. Count moves to 1-1. 2-1. One thing that Oklahoma Nightmares is not going to do is they're not going to chase it, clearly. So 2-1 count. That one's considered high, 3-1. So 7 of the first 8 pitches out of the strike zone this far. That's low for ball 4. So the first 2 runners aboard, and Coach Garrett wants time. Bella asked for a different ball. We'll see what difference that makes. I don't know. I don't pitch. Yeah, if there's no seams on the other one, it probably does make it a little bit tougher. So we move back into the contest. That first pitch just outside, 1-0. 9 out of 10 pitches thus far out of the strike zone. Drive needs to, Bella needs to get over the plate. And this is exactly the start that Oklahoma Nightmares wants, and exactly the start that Oklahoma Drive does not want. We're 1 pitch away from walking, bases loaded. Very uncharacteristic. Fouled, 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 fouled. 3-0 pitch swung at. A pitch that probably was ball 4. 3-1 pitch. That's right down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-2.
Good job, Bella.
Payoff pitch coming. And another walk. We got a pitching change coming. So Garrett, not messing around early. The goal of this tournament was to come in here, get a lot of games under our belt, win. Right now on the top of the first, that puts it a little bit in jeopardy. Bases loaded, nobody out, and not a ball has been put in play. Garrett didn't like what he saw. decided to make a pitching change. And we have that here in the top of the first inning. Yep, probably right now. Yep. So we're reset with the bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch from Peyton. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Peyton's just got to worry about pitch and catch. Two and 0. Bring it to the pitcher. Bring it to the batter. Down the middle for a strike. It's 2-1. Well, Oklahoma Drive has struggled in a lot of areas at different times this year. One they haven't typically struggled at is getting the ball over the plate early. Foul to the backstop. Count evens at 2-2. Peyton needs to finish her off. 2-2 pitch coming from Peyton Johnson. Hit on the ground and past the shortstop. 2 runs are in. So that's a single. Ultimately, a run was scored, but an out was gotten, but 3 runs scored. What are we arguing about? What is this argument about? Yeah, she was clearly out. Tessa not only tagged her, she pulled up the glove. And they scored 3 runs, so I'm not even sure what this discussion is about. Yep. And I was recorded at first, but the part that Garrett was upset about with his team was the fact that we ignored the runner at third who was allowed to come home and score. 3 runs scored. They go down as earned runs because they were all part of that walk fest. And it's 3-0 Oklahoma Nightmares in the top of the first inning. 1-1 count now with 1 away. This is 2 straight games with goofy defensive sequences going on. That's on a corner for a strike. It's now 1-2. And now maybe we've gotten this nonsense out of our system. Changeup doesn't work. Count moves to 2-2. That's strike 3. So Peyton gets the next batter looking. And there's 2 away with the bases empty. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma Drive trails Oklahoma Nightmares 3-0 this Oklahoma Drive. 2K10 softball. moving to the bottom of the first inning. Let's go over the lineup. Peyton Johnson leading off. Brecken Franks batting second. Bella Lanya bats third. Tessa Claudio cleans up. Jordan Barfield bats fifth. Piper Poff bats sixth. Natalie Silva bats seventh. Bella Kate Johnston bats eighth. Devin McDaniel bats ninth. Mia Wardwell bats 10th. And Helena Krzyzewski bats 11th.
That's not even legal because you didn't interchange them.
Are they both playing?
She's the sub.
Discussion with the umpires, as they've got substitutes that have the same number as other players already in the field. Pause right now as umpires and scorebooks for Oklahoma Nightmarez are sorting out what appear to be two people with the same number. Is it two people with the same number?
They have a sub that's number 8, and they have a number 8 in their batting lineup.
Yeah.
So you can literally swap them out.
Sub is 20. There we go. Right here, kid. Let's go, PJ. Make her tell you strike.
All right. So the sub is 28. First pitch to PJ. Strike at the letters. Yeah, but that's not a strike. That was a strike at the word Johnson on her jersey. Count moves to 1-1. Peyton looking for something to get herself on base. 1-1 pitch coming. She barely got out of the way. Well, I was more afraid it was going to hit the bat. 2-1. Bounces in 3-1. And Oklahoma Drive can be patient just like Oklahoma Nightmares were in the top of the first inning. They do not need to reach. They do not need a help. 3-1 pitch. Wow. Fired off the left side. That's ball 4. And Peyton's aboard with a walk. That brings up Brecken. And the team has to do more of the same. Do not help on pitches that are not in the zone.
Make her earn it.
First pitch. Way high. 1-0. The super delayed throw to first doesn't get Peyton. Shocking. Up high. Nobody at second base. Ooh. That's a straight steal. Peyton almost saw nobody in front of her and almost took off. Second baseman did a nice job of catching up from behind. Almost had her in a tagout situation if she had taken one more step. 2-0 to Brecken with Peyton now at second. Drive down 3-0. Their first deficit of the tournament. 3-0. And there's a lot of focus on Peyton when they're up 3 runs. 3-0 pitch coming. That's it. Down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. Good take by Brecken. 3-0. A lot of pitches outside of the zone. I wouldn't have swung. She's got to bring her another one now. 3-1 does the count. 3-1 pitch. Way high. That's ball 4. So Bella Lanye comes up with Peyton Johnson at second. Brecken Franks at first. Speed on the bases. Power at the plate. First pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Good take. 0-1. That comes again. That's going to be driven somewhere into the outfield, I can only imagine. So Bella down in the count, 0-1. Hit on the ground at third. Tag at third. Dropped at first. Oh my gosh, the first baseman's hurt. Time. That's a serious injury. There's a serious injury at first. I don't know whether it was a stretch or something, but she went down and she did not come back up immediately, and she's hurting. I'm hoping it's just a strain, but she was crying. At first I was afraid she had like snapped her foot. So that's going to go down as a fielder's choice. One run does come across to score. Bella reaches third. Peyton's out at third. And Brecken Franks comes in to score. It's now 3-1. Drive still trails by 2. First baseman is okay, and we're glad to see that. I was much more concerned it was something more serious the way she came down. But glad it's not. That brings Tessa to the plate with Bella Lanye at third, only one away. Driven in left center field, that's going to be a hit. That's going all the way to the fence on one hop. She comes around first, stops, but that's an RBI single for Tessa, and it's now 3-2. Oklahoma Nightmares with only one away, and Jordan Barfield coming to the plate on this field with the wind where she hit a home run yesterday. Good piece of hitting by Tessa, taking the first pitch she saw and driving it into left center field to the fence on a hop. First pitch to Jordan. She went for the fence. She was fence hunting. Came up just a little bit short. It's 0-1. Drive has cut the deficit down to 3-2. Popped it up, fouled out of play. The count moves to 0-2. Suspect fielding out on the diamond for Oklahoma Nightmares. I'm not even sure who was throwing that ball, where they were trying to throw it to. But Jordan down in the count 0-2. Tessa Claudio at first. That almost hit her. Man, guess not.
I don't know how she moved out of the way.
I'm not sure how she didn't get hit somewhere. That ball got dropped by the catcher. Tessa's able to advance to second on the pass ball by the catcher. It's 1-2. Great eye by Jordan. She started to lunge for it, but she held up. 2-2 the count. Driven into center field. It's up against the fence. that's going to go down as a double. The center fielder, that's the third time she's gotten one of the fence or beyond in the last 2 days. The center fielder looked like she had a track on it, and the next thing you know, she turned around and it was right there at the fence. So now Tessa's at third, Jordan's at second, Piper's at the plate, only one away, drive down only one. Hit on the ground to third. And the girl tried to tackle Tessa. She couldn't get the ball. That's going to be considered an infield single. She tried to deke Tessa 3 times, and then when she didn't, went for the tag and rolled on top of her. Bases loaded for Natalie. Only one away, so now we've got to go on the ground. Hit in the air, tag, Tessa! Go! The ball hits Tessa. She comes in to score on the sac fly from Natalie. But it's tied at 3. Hopefully Tessa's okay. That came across her midsection in some way. All right. Everybody's able to advance 90 feet. The game is tied. 2 away. Bella Kay comes up to the bat with runners at second and third and 2 away. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. So drive has evened the score in the bottom of the first. Outside, 2-0. If Bella Kay can reach safely, Devin McDaniel's on deck. 2-0 count to Bella Kay Johnston. Jordan Barfield at third, Piper Poff at second. Hit in the air.
Hey, let's hit that light over there, though.
Hits the post. Her dad telling her to point to a post that's in fair territory, which would be out of this park. Now it's only one of the count. Next pitch fouled off. It's 2-2.
Hey, you're hitting it. Drive it.
Two. On the inside corner for strike 3. And that ends the inning. Drive picks up 3 runs, but leave 2 aboard. We go to the top of the second inning. Drive and Oklahoma Nightmares tied at 3 after 1. It's Oklahoma Drive 2K10 softball. All right, let's reset this defense with Peyton Johnson in the circle, Mia Wardwell behind home plate, Tessa Claudio at first, Jordan Barfield at second, Bella Kate Johnston at shortstop, Bella Lanye at third, Natalie Silva's in left, Brecken Franks is in center, and Elena Krzyzewski is in right. That's the second inning defense for Oklahoma Drive in this tied contest against Oklahoma Nightmarez. 30 minutes to take the first inning out of the way. Last game was much more efficient. First inning here, 30 minutes. At least 65. So we're ready to start the top of the second inning. First pitch curves over this plate for a strike. It's 0-1. It's an interesting little pitch there. Swung on a miss for strike 2. And everybody better watch out because Peyton Johnson is starting to deal. Just outside, just outside, just outside. 1-2. Good try at the changeup. Strike 3. There's one away. Just about to say, when Peyton's starting off with a strike, the batter's in trouble. One away. Base is empty. Next batter up for Oklahoma Nightmares. Swung on a miss for a strike. It's 0-1. Up high, 1-1. Started to drop the bat, but thought much better of it. Checked herself. It's 1-1. On the outside corner, makes the count 1-2. Modified changeup doesn't go anywhere. Count moves to 2-2. A little bit low and outside. It's 3-2. That's low and outside for ball 4. And a 1-out walk is drawn. Shows bunt. She doesn't pull back. It's a strike. It's 0-1. The pitch was high, but she never pulled back the bat. So it goes down as a strike as she offered officially. It's 0-1. Next offering shows bunt, but puts it down foul. Counts 0-2. So batter down in the count 0-2. Hit on the ground is second. Oh no, goes off her glove. This field has had some interesting hops. And there's another one. The batter reaches on an error. And with one away, there's now runners at first and second. had a real chance there to get 2. Instead, get none. That first pitch shows bunt. Nothing doing. It's 0-1. One pitch. Up high, 2-0. Oklahoma Drive needs to let her get this bunt down and get the out. That'll put 2 away. Instead, it's 3-0. Literally trying to give us an out, and we're not taking it. On the outside corner for a strike, makes it 3-1. On the outside corner, makes it 3-2. And she's battling back. Not really sure. The last 2 batters have done nothing but show bunt. Foul to the backstop. Count stays at 3-2. This is just a weird game. Like today just feels wonky. I want to go to bed and start it all over again. Like let's just do this. 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's 2 away. From 3-0 to come back. That was great. That was a great comeback by Peyton Johnson. 2 away, runners at first and second now. I believe we're at the top of the order. Gets away from the catcher. Ooh, boy. Runners advance to second and third on the pass ball. And that was a pass ball. That's a strike at the letters, and the count moves to 1-1. That was called at the letters for Peyton. It was called at the letters right here. 1-1 the count with 2 away and runners at second and third for Oklahoma Nightmares. Nice stop by Mia, keeping everybody where they are. It's 2-1. Swung on and missed. Had her chasing. It's 2-2. Two pitch. Outside. Counts full at 3-2. First base is open, so a walk doesn't hurt, but it does make the bases loaded if that were to happen. It's a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch coming. Swung on a miss for strike 3. That ends the inning. Peyton Johnson works around a 1-out walk and hit. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Drive and Oklahoma Nightmares tied at 3. This Oklahoma Drive 2K10 softball. We move in the bottom of the second inning. Devin McDaniel, Mia Wardwell, Elena Krzyzewski all due up this inning. If anybody were to reach, top of the lineup comes back up. First pitch bounces in for a ball, 1-0. That next pitch is inside, 2-0. I'm afraid that was going to be called a strike. Has been Kansas strike rules, yes. 2-0. Get on ground, foul. 2-1 to count now. We're a little inconsistent here today behind the plate. Two-one pitch. That's right down the middle for a strike. It's 2-2. So Devin McDaniel waiting on the 2-2 pitch. Bounces in, fills up the count at 3-2. Tipped into the glove for strike 3, and there's one away. So Devin McDaniel strikes out swinging, and we got one down in the bottom of the second inning. That brings up Mia Wardwell. First pitch to Mia on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. One pitch. A little bit ahead of it, fouled it off. It's 0-2. Gotta let it get there. Hit on the ground to third. Nice stop by the third baseman. Throws to first for the out. 2 away. Nice play by the third baseman to get that ball. And that's the second out of the inning. That brings up Elena Krzyzewski. Elena had a little bit of bad luck that last game. Had a hard hit and shot to second, but caught by the second baseman. One of her 2 at-bats. First pitch to Elena on high for ball, 1-0. Hit on the ground to short. She's got to run it out. Bobbled it. Picks it up. And it's safe. She's not running to second. And she reaches safely. So Elena reaches on an error and is able to advance to second. And she's in scoring position for Peyton Johnson. Drive looking to take their first lead. Up high, past everybody. Then on the wild pitch, Elena's able to advance to third. Yeah, that's the second time that Peyton's had a duck to keep a pitch from hitting her head. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just bad aim. Driven! Foul! She needed to let that travel this much more. A nanosecond more. And that's right there on the line. They literally have the right fielder staying right on the line. She can hit it straight to dead center field now. Yeah. The outfield shift is on. Oh, she fouled off a ball. I don't know what was that. That's very uncharacteristic of Peyton. I think she saw the open field in the outfield and was like, I'm going to place it somewhere. Just hit the ball.
Right down the middle hard.
Just hit the ball. That's all she's got to do. 1-2 pitch coming to Peyton Johnson with 2 out and Helena at third. Gets away. If Helena wasn't going to take off right away, she didn't need to take off later. 2-2 the count. Two pitch. She swung at one. It's up in the air. Caught it. Peyton actually helped. She swung out of the zone. That's the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's tied at 3. Oklahoma Drive and Oklahoma Nightmares. The longer we keep them in this game, the longer we have, the better a chance we give ourselves to screw up. It's 3-3. This Oklahoma Drive 2K10 softball. We move into the top of the 3rd inning. Oklahoma Drive, 2K10, and Oklahoma Nightmares tied at 3. All 3 runs for Oklahoma Nightmares came off of one single after the bases were walked loaded in the top of the 1st inning. Drive coaches ready to keep this game moving. Drive needs to focus on just getting out so they can get back to the bat. First pitch in the top of the 3rd inning, up high for a ball, 1-0. Winner of this contest moves on to the championship game of this Prime 14U tournament. That's down the middle for a strike. It's 1-1. One pitch. Just high, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Bounced in, 3-1. As I said before, the longer we mess around with this team, the better chance we have to let something slip by. 3-1. That's ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Oklahoma Nightmares. A team that literally has 2 singles. And one of their 3 runs is unearned. Leadoff walk for Nightmares. Puts a runner aboard at first. First pitch up high, 1-0. Peyton's got to get some focus here real quick. Outside 2-0. Hit on the ground hard. Bella throws it to second for one. To first for a double play. That's a 5-4-3 double play. That goes Bella Lanier, Jordan Barfield to Tessa Claudio for the 5-4-3 double play. 2 away, nobody on base now here in the top of the 3rd inning. That's one way to get out of that leadoff walk situation. Next pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. In the bottom of the inning, we'll have the harder lineup coming up. Brecken Franks, Bella Lanier, Tessa Claudio, all due up that inning. Hit on the ground, Tessa. That's a single. Tessa not having her best day in the field by a long shot. It was going to be a hard shot to get in front of, but she literally reached past where the ball went. I don't understand how she did that. 1-0 the count. Makes that double play that much more impactful now. Otherwise, somebody would have scored. So a 1-0 count with a runner at first, 2 away. Hit on the ground. Bella picks it up, takes her time, throws it to Tessa and gets the out. Nice job by Bella. Make sure she made a good throw to first with that runner coming down the line. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Drive picks up a nice double play, and now they look to take a lead for the first time in this contest. It's 3-3, bottom 3. This Oklahoma Drive 2K10 softball. We move into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Drive and Nightmarez tied at 3. First pitch of Brecken outside for a ball, 1-0. Outside 2-0. Nightmarez got to this spot by beating Oklahoma Drive 2K11 by a score of 3-2. This contest is 3-3. 3-0. That pitch almost hit Brecken in the face mask. So a 3-0 count. I would not have any green lights on for anybody at this point. That's ball 4. She wasn't swinging. She didn't swing. She got a 4-pitch walk to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a timeout on the field. I think it was just so Brecken could give her gloves. Belalanya comes to the plate. She's going to show bunt. Low and inside. Brecken steals second easily. So Brecken's in scoring position, and Bella's ahead in the count 1-0. That hits Bella. So Bella's aboard. Yep. Bella took it. And now runners at first and second. Nobody out. Tessa Claudio coming to the plate, and the wind has picked up. Just something I'm noticing. Tessa awaiting that pitch from the Nightmarez pitcher. Shows bunt. Up high. Runs to third. Ball gets into the outfield. And a 1-0 count results in a run. It's now 4-3 Oklahoma Drive. Tessa ahead in the count 1-0. Belalanya at third. 1 run is in. It's now 4-3, their first lead of the contest. Up high, 2-0. So a 2-0 count coming. Popped in the air, foul.
Wow.
2-1. Yep, I saw the wire. I knew it was not going to hit. It was going to hit that wire. 2-1. So Tessa's still ahead in the count, 2-1. Hit in the center field, should be tagging. And that's going to go as a sac fly. RBI sac fly for Tessa Claudio. A run scores, and it's now 5-3. Drive. Tessa's the first out of the inning. She did her job. She got another run across. It's 5-3. So Jordan comes to the plate now with the bases empty, 1 away. Drive leading by 2. The winner of this contest moves on to the championship game at field 2. We're on field 5. First pitch, she checks, but it bounced up against the bat. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. Yep, way ahead of it. Hits the end of the bat, cues it off. It's 0-2. As we saw yesterday, if the ball comes into the zone, down at the knees, she's got a chance to take it out. Middle to middle outside. I just took a second breath on that one. I was afraid that was going to be called. 1-2 the count to Jordan. Foul to the backstop. Count stays at 1-2. Pitch. Bounces in, gets all the way to the backstop, nobody on base. Doesn't matter, it's 2-2. Hit on the ground, foul. So Jordan stays alive, continues the battle. Hit up the middle, stopped by the shortstop, but not going to get her. That's an infield single, and Jordan's aboard with 1 out. Here's what's at risk now. Drive can continue batting. They don't have to go too far. They could just run out the clock. Drive might be able to run out the clock here. Don't know, but assume it's less than, yep. Hit in the air, Piper hits it. Nobody's gonna get it! Yeah. That's a rough shot. She was gonna be out either way. That goes down as a fielder's choice for Piper Poff. Jordan should have been a little bit further down the line, but even if she was, it's a no-win situation. Somebody should have been under it. Didn't happen. Tough break for Jordan. She's the second out of the inning at second base. That pitch, check swing fouled, 0-1. So Piper Poff at first. Natalie at the plate. 2 runs are in for Oklahoma Drive. That's down the middle for a strike. It's 0-2.
It ain't close.
0-2 pitch. Popped up in the air. Ooh, that was a little bit more difficult because of the wind, but she does pop out to end the inning. Drive scores 2. We move into the top of the 4th inning. This will probably be the last inning due to time. Drive just needs 3 defensive outs to advance to the championship game of the Prime 14U tournament. They lead 5-3. This is Oklahoma Drive, 2K10 softball. At this point, we presume this is the last inning. We believe time expired during the shift between innings. But as long as one inning ends with any time on the clock, the next inning will begin. First pitch, caught by by Peyton Johnston. She throws it to Tessa for the out, one away. Drive needs 2 defensive outs to advance to the championship game. First pitch up high, 1-0. Swung on a miss for a strike. It's 1-1. So despite in some ways being overmatched, Oklahoma Nightmares has stayed in this contest. Checked her swing. Ball's in the dirt. It's 2-1. Fouled off, evening the count at 2-2. Two pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. She tags her to complete the out. There's 2 away. And Oklahoma Nightmares down to their final out in this contest. Yes, 28. First pitch. Out of zone, 1-0. 28 for 2. Foul. Cool trick. She fouled it off on the front end, fouled it off on the back end. Only counts as 1 strike. It's 1-1. Woo! I honestly don't know what just happened. I don't know what the physics were of that. There was like a force field that it didn't hit anywhere. 2-1. Swung on a miss for strike 2. And Oklahoma Nightmares down to their final strike. There's still a contest going on field 2. So nobody's waiting the winner just yet. Fouled off, a nice pitch right down the middle. Count stays at 2-2. Oh wow. So a 3-2 count. Hit on the ground. Shortstop. Throw the first. That's the end of the game. Nice job by Bella K. Johnson. Getting the ball to Tessa. And that ends the contest. Oklahoma Drive, 2K10, beats Oklahoma Nightmares by a score of 5-3. The winning pitcher in relief is Peyton Johnson. The time of the contest was 1 hour, 8 minutes, and the attendance was dozens of fans. Oklahoma Drive advances to the championship game of the Prime 14U tournament here to be played on field 2 as soon as that contest that's currently ongoing ends. We're going to end this feed, and then we'll be back on as soon as we have taken the field for the championship game. Again, the final score, Oklahoma Drive 5, Oklahoma Nightmares 3. This Oklahoma